This week, this funny guy is coming on the show. Say that with Adrian from Houston, Texas. Came on the comedy scene in 1997 and still rocking. Still rocking. He just did a recording and also did some specials, which will be coming up. We're going to find out when they're going to come up. But I want to welcome to the show today, this week, my man, Ali Siddiq. How you
What's
doing?
the deal? Am I good? What's happening, people?
How you been, my man?
Man, I've been cool, man. I can't complain about nothing. That would be being ungrateful.
That's true. That's true. Let's get back started off by your career, man. You started off on the scene in 1997. What made you get into comedy, man, and
What,
started off?
hold on, let me turn myself up a little bit more. You say what? What was your question?
What made you jump on the scene in 1997 doing comedy?
Man, I needed a job. Man, I needed something to do. I needed some money. now, me having a love for stand up, I just got out of prison, so that was the. I didn't have a opportunity before that to do it. So 1997 it was.
Coming out of prison and you just jumped on the scene? How long were you in
Yeah,
prison?
that's I was working at a men's apparel store at first, and comedy had always been the goal. So when I finally got an opportunity to go to a place to do stand up, which was Just Joking Comedy Cafe.
Right out of Richmond.
I took the opportunity and started honing my craft at Just Joking on Apollo night. It was Thursday night, the first time I ever went up.
Did you feel scared or were you just confident that you had it down pat?
Nah, it I didn't know, I didn't. It was my first time on stage. I didn't know what to have down pack, so I was going there to learn. And the way you learn in stand up, you got to get on stage. You can't really do it in the mirror or these cliches that people say that they did it. That's the way that they did it. That's not the way I've ever seen it. You got to do it on stage.
How did you feel about yourself once you got out of prison, man? That say, I'm going to hit my dream. This is what I'm going to do.
How how
How
did I
did you feel?
feel?
Yeah, how did you feel about yourself? Did you feel discouraged? Did you feel, hey, I got a chance to do something for myself? I'm gonna take this shot.
When I got out,
Yeah.
man, I wasn't discouraged. I was getting out. I was happy I was getting out of prison. I don't think nobody who's getting out is discouraged that they getting out. I think that I don't think most people know even what to look for or what the expectations are. So getting out is more of excitement and jubilee. Yeah, so I was excited. I didn't have man, the world was open to me. I wasn't discouraged by anything. I What was discouraging was being in the place that I was in, being in, being in prison. That was what was discouraging.
How was your mother? You know, when you said being in prison, because my aunt, man, when my cousin went to pen, she went to go visit him, and she said when them doors shut behind her, she was like, "Oh no, I'm not coming back to visit you no more." Was your mother coming to visit you? Was she discouraged of you? Like, not to say discouraged, but was she like, Ali, don't I told you don't do this.
Nah, my mom was been like this before I was rich. She didn't have to see me there
Okay.
for that, But I wasn't because my grandmother used to go visit my uncles in prison. I really never wanted my mother to even come visit me. So I think my mom, out of the six, my mom came and visited me twice because I wouldn't. One, I was far away in some faraway places in Texas. But other than that, I didn't want him to see me there anyway.
You did a joke, a comedy set, and you said Mexicans have on boots. Someone told me to give you that message today. Say whenever you talk to Ali, tell him the Mexican have on boots. And if you don't know what the Mexican have on boots, so you have to go see his comedy act about Mexican have on boots when he was in prison.
What's crazy is that story not even called that. The story was and like when people describe the story, they describe it wrong all the time. Like you just said, you got to go see his joke, but it's not a joke. The thing is, I don't think that people understand why they gravitated to it because it wasn't a joke,
Right.
and it was a true story about something that happened to me while I was incarcerated. And the thing is that the show, the actual show that people started on, is a show called "This Is Not Happening," and with that show, you're supposed to tell stories about things that happen to you that's unbelievable. Like you can't believe that you're going through this. And so, me telling that story, which is called the prison riot, something that I say in the story is Mexicans got on boots, which was a code word for for in the streets, like for people who knew what was going on. So when people describe it as a skit, so most people see it and realize that it's a story and not a joke. So that's why they gravitate towards it.
Right. Coming out, man. Did you ever think in 1997 that you would be successful in this?
Yeah, I knew whatever I was going to do, I was going to be successful in, whatever it would be, because I had already been through what. Not to give you a short answer, but what is success to a 19-year-old, to a 25-year-old man that's been in prison since he was 19? A job and an apartment and living a comfortable life is success. So I knew that was gonna happen. I knew my work ethic was gonna get me to a place, because I've been in a place working very hard jobs for free. So what is it that I'm not gonna do in order to be successful? And whether it's gonna be touch and go or not, I'm gonna stick in and do whatever I need to do, even if other people don't believe in it. And that was a lot of people. So now it's funny to watch people pretend as if they knew or they felt, oh, he gonna make it, which is not true. I rather people be honest about it. Like I those are things that I can't stand. That fake. I knew it was gonna happen for you, and I'd be like, well, when was the moment that you knew? Because you're talking to somebody who was doing it and didn't know when it was gonna happen. So how did you know? When did you know?
Right, right, right. Especially from your background, they probably say, probably already talking bad about you in the first place. Oh, he's not gonna act right when he get out, or he ain't gonna do nothing for himself when he get out.
But most people didn't even know me to that was the advantage that I had. People didn't know me. They didn't know me before. I was just think I was a kid when I went to prison. And before that, you wasn't in the circle I was in because I was a dope dealer. that running in a whole different circle from the average person. When you was 16, 17, you probably couldn't get in a adult club. I could get in because I was uh, a dope boy. Like most cats be talking about their years at Jamaica.
Right.
I was in Jamaica in 89 and 90. That's when I was going to Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. It
I
was
was
on
born in
Sundays.
1973. So 93, I'd have been 20. I was in prison in 93. I was in prison in 92. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So let's go back to 17 and 18. I was I was in the main, I went to the main event
Right off of Main Street.
with right when people was getting told, because they was parking in Target parking lot.
Parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah, on this is how long I've been out in the streets. Adrian, how old are you?
2 years older than you. 50. You 48. I'm
So
50.
you remember when they couldn't wear jeans in the club,
Yep.
and when they did start letting people wear jeans in the club, it was called Tacky Thursday.
Yep.
At main event, people was wearing suits in the club.
You had to be dressed up to get in the main event.
I had on a lime green wool oak tree suit that was too big for me with no shirt on. Yep, that's what I looked like in the main event, and I had to go to school Friday morning.
Damn. Damn.
That's how
So
long I've been in the street.
doing comedy, man, from 97 and being in the street, seeing what all you seen, telling your comment what you have seen coming up. What's the best? Well, what have you seen that really struck you in a wrong way?
What have I seen that rubbed me in the wrong way?
Yeah, what rubbed you in the wrong way that you made a joke about?
Damn it, everything I made a joke about rubbed me in the wrong way. Um, man, hmm, that's an interesting question because there's so much. You know? Made a joke about parenting. Made a joke about children. Made a joke about black people not really caring about their kids because they don't control. They don't control They let people speed through the school zone. And I've said jokes about almost everything that didn't rub me the wrong way. Politics, the vaccinations,
One that
people,
got me that is on TikTok right now that everybody's
Father's Day,
streaming. Huh?
Father's Day.
Father's Day.
See,
Father's Day. And you go on and just to see other cultures, Hispanics, Asian, white people talk, imitate you, mark you or whatever, how they do it on TikTok. And just to see that, man, it kind of strike them in the wrong way as well. If they doing you, they're not doing. I mean, they're doing it for fun, but they admire that.
it's it's the reality.
True.
That is something that that is not. Fathers don't get the look. Watch this, Adrian. When the last time you heard that?
Um,
A record.
the last time I played a
So I
record, man,
tell you, youngsters got a mess.
I was at
You know,
98.5. We was
one of the
doing
biggest
Donnie
jobs you
Simpson
have, I do
syndicator
not
show.
advocate destroying the capitalistic system, but I
That's classic.
You gonna call for a nationwide vote?
That's classic. I
Yeah.
got a record player.
That was the last time I played a record, man. We did a syndicated show, Self Destruction. Self Destruction.
Big Gregory.
Big Gregory. Oh, the Godfather.
So
The Godfather.
so I'm taking it back to the classics, man. Um, got a record player, getting the old albums, and some of my new albums. I'm gonna get pressed on vinyl.
Talking about new albums, man, you have done a live taping in Houston at the Improv.
Mm-hmm.
And when will we hear that come? When will they hit the storewaves or the airwaves, the podcast, or when will that be released?
My special should be out in February, and
2022.
my second special will probably be out in February as well.
You just did another one in Los
In
Angeles, correct?
LA for Epix Network.
Cool. So look,
Called, it's called Unprotected Sets. So I was one of the first of the 8 people to shoot specials, 1 hour specials within this year.
well, congratulations, man. Congratulations.
No, thank you.
Are you looking to do TV as well? Like get your own TV show? Because you're doing radio in Houston. He's doing the afternoon drives with Funky Larry Jones on Magic 102 in Houston. Are you looking to do TV just something similar to what most comedians?
But most comedians don't do TV.
Most of them don't. Some of them have done TV, like DL, Bernie Mac, um, Damian Wayans, the Wayne
So
brothers.
before the Bernie Mac show, did people think that Bernie needed TV? I think people don't realize that specials and TV appearances are TV. That's how I got SAG.
That's true. That's true. But also, it gives your audience a chance to see you more and see
Well,
what you bring. See what you bring to the table. Yeah, when you have different shows.
I think that people want to see somebody. Some people want to see me do somebody else's words because that's what a sitcom is. I already do TV. That's what my specials are. Whether it's on Showtime or HBO or Comedy Central, I already do TV. But I'm just doing it with my own words. I'm not acting as someone else. I'm not giving someone else's words. And I think that's always been big for me to have my own voice. People with a TV show or stars with TV shows that say they got their own voice. I'd be like, how so?
Right.
When somebody's writing for you, somebody's writing down what you're saying or what you're supposed to say.
Right.
So to answer the question, I'm already doing TV. When am I doing a sitcom?
Well, you do a sitcom, movies, commercials. You know, Kevin Hart has those bad boys. Some of them locked up, but it's more for anybody.
I think this is the thing, Adrian. It's like people underline and put things on you based on what somebody else desires. I've answered this question 100 times in 100 interviews. Man, when are you going to do X, Y, and Z? And I ask people, I say, what you do? Well, I do this or I do radio. When you going to own the station? Oh, well, man, what do you mean?
You throw it back
When
at
you
them.
go on the station?
Yeah, you throw it back at them.
Because Dewey Hughes owned the station. Kathy Hughes' husband, Dewey, owned the station. Other people own stations. If you do that, when you going to own the station?
Right.
And people are like, well, that's not really what I want to do. Is the point I'm getting to. What Kevin does and what another artist does has nothing to do with me. I don't judge my success based on them. I don't judge my life based on them. And what other people desire has nothing to do with me.
Repeat that one more time, man. Repeat that last sentence one more time for me, please.
I say what other people desire have nothing to do with me at all. I'm not judging myself. I'm not comparing myself up against them, what they have or nothing. Because it's like this. It's no way to compare somebody who likes Maseratis to somebody who likes Ford trucks. You're never going to get them on the same page.
Yeah, never will.
And that man is never going to see the value in your Maserati because he likes trucks.
Yeah.
Now, if you talking to him about you got a Ford F-150 and he got a Ford 250, you may get some. Man, I was thinking about getting a 250, but it take diesel. Or you may get whatever, but the whole thing is people who drive Fords don't give a dang on what Chevy is over there doing. They like what they like. And that's me. I like what I like. And I want to do what I want to do. And I know people who are on sitcom and want to do what I'm doing. Because the desire and the urge is not in the sitcom. The freedom is not in the movie or the sitcom. Well, but the money is. Well, now let's go to that part.
Yeah, depends.
You're talking to a person who spent 6 years of his life in prison trying to get money. So for you to, not you, but for people to think that after being locked up and confined, that I'm gonna be in a free society and let anything make me a prisoner. Yeah. Not a woman, not children, not money, not an addiction. Nothing is gonna put me in a space where I'm gonna be locked up in something again. So money don't motivate me. Doing what I want to do and having the freedom to do it motivates me. That's all. That's it. And for decades, it was people that didn't think I was gonna ever get to any space.
Yeah.
Didn't matter to me because I was just looking for freedom. Yeah. Success is different for me.
One thing I notice about you, man, you do a lot of deep research. You do some research, man. And you basically hit the nail on the coffin on the topics that you hit, especially like in politics. You hit about the Republicans and Democratic. You, I mean, you hit it. You hit home runs, man. But black and white issues, you hit it. I know you're not gonna stop doing it because that's what's in you. You're showing people and make them look at, hey, this is what's going on.
And the way I look at it, I talk to a lot of people that's way smarter than me, way more read than me. So I get a lot of insight on things. And then I get a lot of books to research things. And then I'm not married to information that I have. I only want to increase it. I'm not married to it. I just want to increase it. So, in doing that, you must pour your cup out. And the things that you believe in, you have to fact check them. You have to get some new information. You have to go through a process before you say, and then know that information, there's more information out there. So that's how I try to gather information and be combative and try to be informational and all the rest of this with information, because I think it's valuable that I give you some food to think on, or I give you something that you will find important to your life, and not just song and dance you, talk up under your skirt, and be a buffoon.
And for the people who's out there watching and listening, it's something that you can get through what he's saying to you today, that you can just move on, move forward. Don't care what nobody say about you. Just do you. Just move on, move forward. You can do it. He has done it. He started out being in prison was what for 6 years, and he's coming out and he's been going at it in comedy and staying focused on what he needs to do. That's his success, and you can be successful as well if you not say if you just follow the footsteps, but follow that guideline. Ali, in Houston, man, it's November. You have the Thanksgiving comedy show coming up.
Jive turkeys every
Jive
year.
turkeys every year. It's always sold out. How can they get tickets?
Houston Improv.
Houston Improv.
Easy. Easy peasy. Now, and this is the thing. Because I still want to be in the space about this success. Because I think that children only get preached to about success when it comes to celebrities.
Well,
but
it's funny. Let me stop you right there, because when let me touch on something while you say that. Because if you recall going back, Charles Barkley has said, they asked him whether he a role model. He said, no, I'm not a role model.
Role model and how you talk about success,
it's two different things.
Different things. Because you're a little older than me, so you got to remember this. Did we grow up want to be entertainers? Some people say, yeah. Most people lying. Now, we didn't even grow up want to be athletes until later into your teen years. But from 1 to about 10, 11, 12. Postman, fireman, policeman, lawyer man, doctor man. Them are the top 5. So when did entertainers get on the list? Athletes was 6 because we wanted to do everything else, and we deemed them men successful.
Right.
A postman or a fireman was successful. These people own houses when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So the basketball player wasn't the first person with a house that I saw. My lawyer drove a Benz. So he wasn't the first person I seen with a Benz because you was an entertainer or an athlete or any of that. I saw people with it. My daddy owned the carrier service. My daddy drove a Peugeot. Then he had another car with wasn't nothing but 4 of them in the United States. At the time, they came from Germany. My daddy had another car, a Z28, two-seater, and a motorcycle. So my daddy got 4 cars. Living in all the dope condos off Gufton, where the windows 6-7 feet high. I mean 6-7 stories high. Man, but that was success. Rappers and all of that wasn't success to us.
Well, yeah, true. But when people have we as black people, man, we have ideas. We have good ideas to move forward, but we don't press forward.
No, some people don't press forward because we invented mass majority things. So our ideas would definitely press forward.
True that. But you have here's the thing. I do commercial real estate, all right?
Mm-hmm.
There are people who have great ideas, man, and they don't want to move forward. They're afraid. So when I say success and hearing what other people like you, Guy Tori came on, Jay Lamont came on, they was talking about things that they went through to get to where they was at. Now everybody's story is not going to be the same, and what you're doing not going to be the same. But the result is just to move forward and keep your focus moving, because you can overcome everything that you have done. Don't be afraid.
But
You
is
were
that
not afraid.
do people deem people like that successful? I know a lot of people that move forward and try to still keep doing what they're doing, but do people deem them successful? Or do they deem themselves successful? Or what is that like? Because if you go on based on what people deem successful, people put your success up and compared your success.
Correct. Correct.
Their ideology of success
Correct.
is based upon what somebody else has and what somebody else desired. So is that success? When success in my mind is you being a good parent and taking care of your kids and making sure your kids are straight, or setting your kids up for financial generational wealth. What is the level of success? Success is to I want to put all my kids through college, or invest in my kids. They come out with speaking 3-4 different languages, being able to sustain themselves and not put themselves in bad position. And I get paid to talk for an hour or two, and I be able to can stay with my kids all the time. Success. But somebody else thinking, nah, he ain't got no Bentley, he ain't got no that, but he owned 4 properties. Success. He owned a ranch, or he. That's the thing, because before you was doing commercial real estate, there was a lot of black people and people in general that was doing commercial real estate that moved forward, had ideas, and pressed on. But the ones that we talk about are the cats who have all these ideas and don't have the thought, the wherewithal, or the manpower to go through with it. And in any business, you need manpower.
You're absolutely right. We got to finish on that note, man. You got Jive Turkey coming up in Houston. Get your tickets at the Houston Improv. Where else you gonna be at, my man?
Man, Tampa, Liberty, DC, Virginia, Arizona, New York. Man, I'm still on tour and touring out and booked all the way through April already for
Man,
2022.
here he is. This is his website, www.alisiddiq.com. Check out his website where he's gonna be at. You need to see him. He's gonna
Under
put on the.
construction, moving my website, but you'll be able to see it in the next 2 days.
And before we go, man, I call this one. That's that bullshit. I actually, brother, have a song out called "Fight the Power," and in the lyrics of the song, they said all this bullshit going down. What bullshit is going down that you notice that you want to talk about right now? Give it to me.
Um, I think I had mentioned earlier the how black people interact and care for their children and what they show them. And I think that too many African American people think that their kids are supposed to know or be a part of struggle. I don't know why this is ideology with us about your kids should struggle or start from scratch. You shouldn't put your kids in any type of danger, let alone not being out there in the morning when they go to school and they getting people speeding through school zones. And people don't know that this gives your kids a signal that they're not important to you. And regardless of you know, whether you know it or not, they gonna feel like you were not important. They were not important to you because they wasn't important enough for you to get out, for you to come out and make sure they made it to a place of education, higher learning, safely. And you don't complain to the HID or the city or anybody. But there's a lighter hue in the world that I bet you don't speed through West University when it's school time. I bet you don't. I bet you don't squeeze through Rice University when it's school time. You just don't because they got a lot of reinforcement out there, and they're
That's
not gonna let you do it.
that's some
Letting
real
their
shit.
kids know
Yeah,
we care about y'all,
that's some real shit.
and black people just don't see it.
No, no, no,
We
no.
put our kids in a lot of danger for no reason, and guess what that is? That's that bullshit.
That's that bullshit. That's that real shit. One more thing. Dave Chappelle taking heat from the community, man. LGBTQ. What's your opinion?
He's not taking no heat. First of all, in order for somebody to take heat, they gotta care about what the fuck he's saying, and he does not care.
Hey, it's a wrap. Want to thank my man Ali Siddiq. Appreciate you, man.
My
Thanks
brother.
a lot.
All
We
right,
gotta
brother.
go. We gotta go. As I say, when you feel yourself at the end of a rope tie knot and hold on tight, remember the bottom line: ain't nobody bad like you. Until next time.
Boy
Hey
been
Ali,
listening. Boy been
real
listening to
quick,
Petey.
real
The boy
quick.
been listening to Petey Green.
Nah, that's hey, man. That Snowman used to say that, man.
Hmm?
Snowman used to say that at the end of the show.
He got the whole cadence and rapping part from Petey Green.
Yeah. Yeah, he used to say that shit every morning, man, when we was in when I was at 98.5.
All right,
Yeah.
man. I'm about to go to sleep.
All right, my man. Appreciate you. I'll send you it's gonna be next week. I'll send you I'll send it to you.
But
The promo I'll do.
bet.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man.